Greetings, 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 brothers and sisters. Greetings. First and foremost, we must acknowledge our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahweh, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters are truly, truly edified by tonight's word. And we're going to name this word, never let your pride blindside you from being humble. Let me say it again. The name of tonight's word is called Never Let Your Pride Blindside You from Being Humble. That's right. In tonight's word, man, we're going to speak about how pride, if you don't check your pride, man, you are in for a rude awakening. Let me tell you. What you see on the screen is what it looks like when you flying high that you can touch the sky above the falling rain, man. This is what it looks like, man. If you don't check your pride, this how high you can get. Flying high, touching the sky. This is what pride will do to you if you don't check it at the door, man. And what spearheaded tonight's word is I got a great dose of humility. I try to be conscious of being humble. I try to be conscious of not being proud. And, I went through a stretch where I was being humbled, like the Lord humbled me. And I ain't gonna lie, during my state of humility, man, I felt the greatest, to be honest with you, because I understood it was a humble session for me. It was a humble season for me. I understood that the Lord was trying to put me in the state and the season of being humble. And I actually enjoyed it, man. And then soon as the Lord humbled me, He started opening doors of opportunity, doors of grace, doors of favors my way. And it got to the point where I felt like I couldn't miss, like just everything. Like it was almost like the Lord was being too kind to me. So it got to the point where I started believing and thinking like, man, I can't miss anything I touch is going to be gold, And soon as that happened, the Lord humbled me. He humbled me. And so that's why I love Yahweh through His only begotten Son, Yahweh, because even when unfortunate things happen, fortunate things end up resulting from it. And for all you sincere brothers and sisters out there, please understand, if you got a stretch in your life, if you're in a season in your life where everything is just going great, you can't miss. Let me tell you, that is a sign for you to humble down. When everything is going great, where you can't lose, where you can't miss, that is a call for you to humble yourself. Because what's happening is your pride meter got you flying high that you can touch the sky just like who you see on the screen. And when you get in this state, then it's just a matter of time. You're going to get brought all the way down. And that was me for like the last 3 weeks, man. This was me, who you see on the screen. I was flying high, baby. Forgetting I need to get myself as closest to the ground as possible. But nah, I kept flying high, man, flying high. And then with the snap of a finger, the Lord had me on the ground, man. So without further ado, we're going to come to you in Proverbs chapter 11, verse 2. And it reads, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. Check that out, y'all. That's cold-blooded, man. Again, in Proverbs 11 and 2, it says, when pride, what kind of pride are we talking about? The arrogance of heart. When you get the arrogance of heart, then cometh shame, then cometh dishonor, then cometh disgrace, then cometh embarrassment, then cometh the Lord gonna lift your skirt up. Yeah. So now that we understand Proverbs 11 and 2, it says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. In other words, when you get this arrogance of heart, guess what's going to follow that? Dishonor, disgrace, embarrassment. Right. It says, but with the lowly is wisdom. With the lowly would be the humble. The lowly would be those that are modest. The lowly would be those that's being submissive. The lowly would be those in a state of humiliation. See, when you're in a state of humiliation, the true wisdom is you being spiritually prudent, understanding and knowing out the gate, fearing of the Lord is number one. Number two, being obedient to his laws, statutes, and commandments. See, that's why I tell you in Micah 6 and 8, walk humbly with God, who we know as Yahweh. You cannot be proud, man. Never let your pride blindside you from being humble, man. That's why I tell you in 1 Peter 5 and 5, God resists the proud, man. Yeah. So I'm telling you, man, if you on a good run right now where you can't miss, where everything is clicking, that's a call for you to humble down ASAP. Because what's going to happen, your pride going to blindside you from being humble. And see, I was forced to be humble. You have an opportunity to volunteer to be humble. If you're able to receive this word, man. And Proverbs 16 and 18, it reads, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall, before a stumble. And I experienced that, man, recently, man. So trust me, man, the Lord is too kind to me. Even when even when the Lord spanked my ass, he's kind to me. You see, because wisdom is what you should be able to get out of it. AKA, you're supposed to be able to learn and teach others to not do what you did. You see? In Proverbs 18 and 12, it says, before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. See that? It boils down again to losing that pride, man. I'm telling you. Pride will have you out here looking real stupid. I'm telling you, man. What's the name of the word? Never let your pride blindside you from being humble, man. And I'm telling you, man, humble yourself at all times. And as we close out this word in Proverbs 29 and 23, it reads, a man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. See that? See this man you see on the screen flying high? That's me being proud. But according to Proverbs 29 and 23, what do it say? A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. And that's what we need to be at, y'all. I'm telling you, man. I be shaking my head when I see people be out here proud, man. See, pride and being proud, let me tell you something, man. It's a thin line between pride and humility, man. It's a thin line. It's a thin line. You dig? It's a thin line between pride and humility. Because when you humble, that means you have practiced restraining yourself from being proud, and you got yourself in a lowly state. See, you putting yourself in a state of humiliation, which keeps you on the right-hand side of that thin line. On the right-hand side of that line is humble. On the left-hand side of that line is pride. Or let me put it to you this way. You got humble on the right-hand side. You got pride on the left-hand side. And it's a thin line separating the two. Which side you want to be on? I'm going to tell you like this. You better pick humble. Because you get on the side of pride, the Lord going to clown you. He's going to clown you, man. So don't do like I did. Let pride blindside me from being humble. See, I got forced to be humble. See, my pride blindsided me, AKA put me in a trick bag. My pride had me thinking I can fly and touch the sky like you see on the screen. This is how pride had me. Pride had me flying around the world, floating, looking up, flying in the clouds, flying in the sky, while everybody looking up to me. And I'm looking down on them. See, when you high like this, all you can do is look down on people. That's proud as self. But guess what ended up happening? I end up being the one on the ground looking up to those that's humble. That's how the Lord do it. See, the Lord will lift the humble where they up high as the sky, and will take the high and take the proud from the sky and put them on the ground, man. And let me show you how this works. By the time pride understand what happens, he gonna be eye to eye. He gonna go from looking down on the humble to looking at the humble eye to eye. Yeah, man. That's all I got for you, man. I hope you sincere. Brothers and sisters, man, we're truly, truly edified by this word, and we give all praises, glory, and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. Shalom.